Designers and Builders, where design meets construction. We explore groundbreaking trends and talk to the pros reshaping our spaces. For your dream home, workspace, or just great design inspiration, subscribe to Designers and Builders. Hi, welcome to a brand new episode of the Designers and Builders podcast. I'm your host, Steve Larosiliere. And today's guest is Lauren Ashley from Lauren Ashley Experiences. How you doing, Lauren?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for hopping on. First question is, what inspired you to start Lauren Ashley Experiences?
No one would hire me. So I had to create my own lane. I started my company in August 2016. And before that, I had graduated December 2015 with my degree in interior design, and no one would hire me. I applied for jobs on both events, because I do both events and interiors, because to me, they're one and the same. They transform spaces.
Yeah.
And everyone told me no. And my dad said, well, if it's that important to you, you really want to do it, start your own company. And I was like, what does that mean? And he sat me down. We did all the legal parts of it. And that's how LAE became to be.
That is a beautiful, inspiring story. Can you talk about what those first couple of years were like?
They were me working full time and figuring out, like, how do I get my first client? I actually got my first client while working at a department store part time. I had recently bought a home and wanting to furnish it, so I was working somewhere else. And I overheard the lady speaking, and I gave her my name and number. And she called me the next day, and I was like, oh, so you have to put yourself out there. Got it. People got to know that you exist. Okay. And it just snowballed slowly but surely from there. I went full time in the pandemic. So in 2020, I left the post office, went full time, and been rocking and rolling ever since.
Oh my God. So you worked at the post office for a little while?
hmm I was there. I quit right before my 10-year anniversary.
So the post office, like the post office, or post office something else?
hmm
Oh, the post office.
No, the post office. The USPS.
Wow.
hmm
And so then you went full time. What was the moment right before you went full time? Like what were the conditions that made full time possible?
So I was working at that time. I started out carrying mail in my early years of the Postal Service. By the time I left, I was on track to become a manager and get my own station. And so at that time, I was supervising. I was working 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then once I got off, 11 till I passed out doing my company, clients' projects. And that particular day, my manager came in and was like, I'm changing your schedule, because I was late that day. And I was like, you can't change my schedule. I have clients. And she was like, but I am doing it. And I said, well, here's my slip. I got to go. I'm not doing it. In 2 weeks, I knew the day was coming. Like, I would say, y'all, don't quit your job. Don't listen to me. You got to know what is right for you. But that was my defiant moment. That was just the moment I was all decided, and it was like, I'm going to bet on me. It'll all work itself out. And it has, thankfully.
And you're coming upon 10 years of doing this.
9 years.
9 years.
It'll be 9 years this August.
Wow. Wow. That's incredible. What kind of projects were you working on when you went full time?
At that time, it was the start of my renovation. So I was just really getting into renovation projects, bathrooms, kitchen, and for a lot of furnishing projects at that time. People were buying houses, needing new furniture. People were upscaling their houses, like going from a builder grade to a custom home. Now they have more rooms to furnish. So that was a lot. And the project where I realized that this was really going to be, I can really make this thing work. Another designer referred this client to me, and I value that in so many ways. I got my first custom home during the pandemic. And that's when I realized and learned that there's another tax bracket that live differently when even the world is like, what's going on? And I sat and designed her whole house from my sofa during the pandemic.
Wow. Every square inch?
Every square inch, from the door handles to the hinges, the appliances, like everything from my sofa during the pandemic when we couldn't go nowhere.
That's incredible. How would you describe the feeling that you want people to walk away with after one of your projects or events?
So for one of my events and my projects, that I did a great job, that I understood them. In certain projects, taught me that it's not about me. It's not about my name on the door or what I think. Like, yes, I want to create a cohesive face, and that's the goal. But how do they see themselves in that home? Like, they need to be able to say, my home hugs me. This is me. It's not Lauren, but Lauren helped me curate it. That's what I want them to do.
Yeah. Do you have a particular project that you're like, there's that?
I think all my projects, because when I look at my portfolio, so let's back up. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we went through rebranding. I renamed the company to what it is today. And at that time, of course, they're like, "Oh, look at other websites. Like, who inspires you? Like, what do you want yourself to look like?" However, when I look through my portfolio, mine doesn't look like everyone else. Like, my clients all have different backgrounds. They have all different things, and not saying other people doesn't, but there's not a niche thing, I feel like, when you see my portfolio. You may see one of my favorite rooms where the paint is dripping down the ceiling, and then you see pink kitchen on the next slide, and then you see a blue living room. They speak to who my people are, like, and me understanding them and bringing their vision to. So I don't think they're the same.
That's incredible. I'm looking at your portfolio that who is that?
Gavin, oh, and see his room. I got a spray paint artist to spray paint his name on that wallpaper. At that time, he was really into breakdancing.
Yeah.
And I tell his parents, like, oh, we should do some graffiti. And they were like, you can do that? Like, I mean, yeah, if you pay for it.
Yeah.
And one of my good painters, he does graffiti art. And so again, and I don't have another project like that in my portfolio. So
Yeah.
that's speaking to that child and what he needed at that time.
Who could you describe your dream client?
My dream client?
Yeah.
Ooh, my dream client. They live in a penthouse. I just did that and I love them. I want more of them. They live in a penthouse. They just retired. They're empty nesters and they're downsizing their home, but still they have a lot of things they've collected over the years.
Yeah.
So being able to repurpose those things and add the appropriate size of furniture for the new space, those are my dream clients right now. I had so much fun doing that project.
Is this the one on your website, the penthouse, that one?
Hmm.
That's a beautiful.
It was. Thank you.
Did
Also
you
getting the
renovate? Did you
kids on board.
you help renovate that as well, or?
No, so it was a brand new penthouse. So I was able to help with a few of the construction selections, but mainly did the furnishings and FFE things for them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, can you talk us through your process from inquiry to like actual work? Like, how does it look like to work with you from the beginning to completion?
So all my clients have to pass the vibe check. We all do a discovery call with each other, and we do. I do. We have to have a 15-minute chat because I need to understand what it is you're trying to do. Do you like me? Do I like you? Like, how does that go? Because I can tell a lot in a 15-minute phone call. They pass the vibe check, then we go to the formal consultation where that gets me to their property, where I get to meet them in person. They get to meet me in person. But at this time, I've also learned a lot of my clients stalk me. They become my friends
Stalk
on
you?
social media. They stalk me. They're my friends on Instagram. They're seeing how I am, what I'm up to, what I'm doing. So they kind of get a sense of like knowing me before they know me.
Yeah.
And after that, if that pay we pass the next vibe check and we can vibe in person. We understand the scope of work and then we move into contracting and all that jazz.
And how do most clients find you?
Social media.
Yeah. Instagram mainly, or?
Instagram mainly. I have tried to get on TikTok. I'm just not a TikToker.
Yeah.
I reluctantly be over there. I just like Instagram. I'm a true millennial. I remember being on Instagram and just looking at pictures, like being able to catch up with all my friends' day and what they did. I love and miss that of Instagram. Please bring it back.
Bring it back. Yeah.
If the SOE gods are listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
But most of them find me there.
What part of the business energizes you the most?
Interior design.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interior that during the pandemic, it was a big shift because no one could do their event I remember having a couple of brides that we had to postpone because we didn't know what was happening. And so the events I still do, but they have fizzled out from weddings and now it's just big celebrations. Like currently I have a big party on July 4th. I have another one celebrating an 80th birthday party.
Got it.
And I really like those. They are not as much pressure. And because my interior projects picked up, I realized my brides could not get the same attention from me. Not that I didn't have needy brides to begin with. Like my clients knew I do both. I'm a different type of planner. Just know the job's gonna get done. I just wasn't able to fulfill what they need anymore. So interior design is what fills my soul.
That's great. And what drains you? The part of the business that drains you?
So I'm not gonna even put it on client, put it on myself. Because as a business owner, I know we get into these pinches of like bills need to get paid. However, we cannot chase the dollar because
Yeah.
that brings us the people we don't want and we don't need.
Yeah.
These are the people who don't value us and understand what we bring to the table and the people who want a nickel and dime. Respectfully, I understand everyone has budgets, just everyone isn't for me.
Yeah.
And so I learning that to stop chasing the dollar.
Yeah, that it's a hard lesson to learn.
It is.
And you need that project, and you take that client and you're like, oh my God. And the warning signs were there, but you ignored them. Right.
Ignored them, kept going, proceeded, collect the money and proceeded past go, knowing you should have not collected and not past go.
Yeah. What's something behind the scenes you wish more people knew or appreciated more about your work?
That when you hire an interior designer, it is a process. It is not a well-known network TV show that shows you it is magically done like this, and I'm snapping my fingers if you visually can't see me. It is a process that takes time, effort, and a lot of moving parts that you don't see. So when you are entrusting your project to an interior designer, trust their process, trust the design process, and at the end, you will get that moment that they show on the network. However, it takes time to get there. Most of us are not a team of 100 making this thing happen. So
Yeah.
respect the design process.
What's next for you? What are you building towards this next year?
Oh, okay. What am I building towards? I don't know if I'm ready to release it yet. I would say you need to follow me because something major is happening.
Or maybe to answer the question, like what part of the business are you looking to?
I can say it like this. I'm looking to grow internationally.
That's great. That's great. What part? I'm just joking.
Interior for the interior side.
Yeah.
For the interior.
For the interior side. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Very cool. If you had a clone, what would you have them take off your plate first?
If I had a clone, they would handle all the business side of running a company and I could just be my true creative butterfly self.
Yeah.
Just tell me what I need to do, what we need to bring in, and I'll go and do it. And they can handle all the logistics
So like,
behind.
is there like
Financials.
the client invoicing and the the taxes,
Emailing,
email,
taxes, accounting,
scheduling.
bookkeeping. Like, I don't want to do any of that
Yeah.
if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Do all of the not so pretty stuff that we have to do and just let me go be my creative self.
And well, if that was off your plate, because I love to ask this question too, like what would you do more of if that was off your plate?
I probably would do more construction
Yeah.
if that person was here because they will also, or hiring the appropriate project manager to go fight with the builder and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. What if have you ever read the book 10x is easier than 2x?
No, but I'm writing it down.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I'll send you a link because the other one is the other book. So it's by the same author. He also wrote a book called Who Not How. I mean, who not how is kind of self-explanatory. It's like, how do you identify the right people to surround yourself with? And then with 10x is easier than 2x, it's like when you decide to wait for you to grow, because like 2x is actually really good growth, but like to x you actually need to find the right people so that I bet your 20% is really like the designing and taking listening to the clients and like finding and curating and like really diving into and developing your own design expertise and style. And then so that's your 20%, right? Like that's the area in which you thrive. And then the 80% goes to somebody else. Like or you partner with other people that are your 80%, right? So that you can go off and be creative and right, like tell more stories and show the process. Cause I bet you your process is like super like detailed and you probably have like your own unique style for how you approach clients, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I add to it every time a new mistake is made, I add to it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, regarding that, like what systems do you in your business?
Currently I'm using Programma and I love them. They are very user friendly and I actually trialed an old client through it before I'm started to roll it out to new clients
What's it called again?
in Programma.
Programma. Okay. Yeah.
And my old client loved it in comparison because he had been with me from the very beginning. So this is now our third project together. So he's seen me through a couple of systems and realizing, and he loved it. So
And how do you spell that?
PRO GRMA, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
Programma.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Programma dot design. Yeah, for sure. And then is that where you like you manage all of your projects through that?
Mhm.
Are
Yep,
are you using AI at all in your work
absolutely. I have to. I actually pay for a subscription now.
for ChatGPT?
Yes,
How
like you
how are
gotta
you using
learn.
it?
If not, you're gonna get low. And my email, what don't I use it for
A lot.
at this point? I mean, I don't let it do my renderings and stuff. Like I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
But it does like all of my type works
You're like
that it
your
needs to do.
copy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you do your own renderings?
No, I contract that out.
Okay, 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 okay. I was about to say that takes a long time.
Exactly.
That takes a long
You do
that's
not have the
honestly
time.
that's like what I learned early on, like, oh my God, there are people that dream about rendering all day, and you should give that to them, right? Like you give them the designs and the mock-ups and your inspiration, and then you unleash.
Go to work, do your thing. I loved it in school. I love learning it. It made me respect the craft even much more. However, learning what it takes to run a company, I had to pick a side. Like, what is going to be my side? And because my name is on it and I'm the face of it,
Yeah.
I can be.
I forgot to ask, where are you originally from? Are you from Houston? You must have seen the change and the growth. It's kind of incredible down in Houston, right?
Yeah, the traffic shows
Yeah,
how how many people have moved here. The license plate you can see if they're transplants until So yes, it has grown tremendously.
for sure. Was it? Is there like like a system or tool that you wish that that could help you scale without sacrificing your signature touch? Because like it is your name on it. Like, is there like something that you wish that you had,
Something I wish that I had.
like a system or a tool, or just like without sacrifice
I wish I had that clone.
that clone? Yeah,
That clone of me would be really great.
on the business end or
But
the
systems
design end.
for the systems,
Yeah,
I'm pretty satisfied with the systems I use. They haven't, and when I'm not, I leave. Like I change. I'm all for finding what works for you. Don't be afraid to shake it up. Yes, it could be a headache,
yeah,
especially depending on how big your workload is, but I'm all for changing to see if something works better.
for sure. Do you who are some of the people that you like your homies in the interior design space? Like who are the people that you get inspiration from, or who are the people that, or even beyond interior design, what are the things that light you up creatively?
So interior designers, you just interviewed one of them. I love Tiffany White.
She's
That's
a,
my girl.
she's amazing.
She's a Yeah, she's awesome. And outside of design, I'm really inspired by a lot of influencers. Well, not a lot, a few influencers. And there's some that I keep up with, like they are designers, but turned influencers, so they do both. And I'd love to see how where they started, where I started in their journey following them to where they're at now, doing major brand deals, but still doing design work. So that to me is inspiring.
Yeah. I mean, before we got on, I was like, Lauren Ashley, that sounds like a major brand furniture line. Are there people that like your dream collabs?
Yeah. I want a collab with IKEA because I am an IKEA hacker. I can make some things work with some IKEA furniture. That would be a big one. I want a brand deal with Fabriset. They're my favorite. I love them. My showroom manager, Todd, makes me feel like $1,000,000 every time I come in. And that's customer service you just don't get everywhere. Like he knows customer service. So yeah, those are two.
What about like brands that you like look? Because I saw on your Instagram that you had like you were at a Porsche event. Like, is there are there brands
And definitely.
are there brands outside of like the traditional that you'd love to collaborate with?
Absolutely. Porsche could be one. If y'all are listening.
You know, honestly, I started diving into the Porsche community this past year, and there's something around people that truly care about custom details and design that I think that like between people that like interiors and furniture, like I feel like that's like a thing to happen. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree. I had started to do, the real thing they tell like pin down your client down to even what they drive. A lot of my clients drive Porsches. And I thought, and at first I didn't believe it, but I was like, oh, there's something to this. But being invited to their different events over the course of the last couple of years, I understand it. Like the details they put into that vehicle. Oh my God. So yes, Porsche, if you're listening, your girl wants a sponsorship.
Holla at Lauren Ashley, LA.ESP, right? That's so cool. That's awesome. And then what about, so could you describe your team? So I know that you have contractors that you do design work with. Is it just you or do you have other people on your team?
No, so right now, well, I have contractors, but I'm the only employee of the company.
Yeah.
With the world shifting, I made the decision to let my team go. That wasn't an easy decision. I miss them, love them. My girls were everything. However, you got to make big changes when things are doing different things.
Yeah.
So it's me and a bunch of contractors. So like I have a contractor who does the drawing, and then all the regular contractors, builder, flooring, all of that. But me, I am the designer, the social media manager, the assistant.
Yeah.
I am all those
Yeah, all
things
the
right now.
things. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a part of the podcast where we can do like a founder jam session. Like, is there anything that I could help you out with? Like any ideas or things that I could help you get to the next level? Like, is there something that's kind of keeping you up at night so that you could?
What do you do in the morning to simplify your morning tasks?
That's a great question. Give me an example of what is like, just give me a context around that question.
I've heard someone explain to me that they didn't explain to me in detail how it works, but that AI is checking their emails for them.
Yes.
And I'm like, do you trust that? So how does that work?
Yeah. Okay. So I love this question. So tell me how your morning traditionally works, and then how would you like it to work? And then I can sort of start getting, so like, tell me how your morning works now.
So now it's me in the morning. I start with me and my personal routine, working out, all that, morning smoothie, breakfast before I get to work. So I try not to check my emails before 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Then 9 a.m. it's emails, and then 10 o'clock is social media, and then whatever tasks that I have left. But the emails I dread.
Yeah.
If I had this clone, I wouldn't be over my emails anyway. How to have AI that.
Got it. Got it. Is your email are you imagining, is it beyond the email? Or are you wanting to do more with those emails? Is it more about like scheduling? Is it more about replying? Is it just the handling?
I would like it to schedule
Uh-huh.
would be one.
Yeah.
making important reminders,
Yeah.
like of what was on the calendar for today.
Yeah.
And then I would like it to move junk that's not pertinent
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then giving me what needs to be replied to at most important.
For sure. For sure. And then I'm just curious because I have ideas. So is the next part about that, like the leads that come in, like who's I know the answer is you, but like how are you prioritizing current work versus the future work and like the proposals and that sort of flow of, because you know how sometimes like you get the job, you start fulfilling the job, and then next thing you know, you're like, shoot, the job is done. I need to get the next couple projects underway, right? Like how are you managing that?
I have lead time on my calendar.
Lead
Like
time?
I don't know when
Okay.
where I give it's like an hour block on my calendar to do lead work.
Okay. That's a good practice. How did you come to that? Just 9 years of
My business
experience.
coach.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Somebody told you to
My
do it?
business coach and someone told me to do it,
Yeah.
and I live by my calendar because I learned if I don't, like, I miss stuff. Like, there was a point where I remembered everything, but then I got too busy. So I live by my calendar now. So she was said, calendar all the things that are important. If that is important to be in business, put it on the calendar.
Yeah.
So it's on my calendar and it just repeats whenever I have it scheduled to repeat.
That's so interesting. Okay. So let's go back to, so what you could do too is to like, for one is have an agent read through your messages and start sorting out what needs to be replied to. And then you can copy like what it can do, it can copy your messages and reply and book times with people based off of your calendar and when it's open. The other ones, you can train it to move it to junk. And then the other ones that need a manual response you could either send you a text message or a Slack message or however way to like bubble it up for you. I even had one where if there was a new like conversation, it will go to message history and it would send me a summary of the last conversation so that you feel prepared. Isn't that pretty sick? Right. And then it would also,
What app service is this?
yeah. These are custom. You can use like Zapier or N8N. I can share more info, but and then there's like
Okay.
I have another one that it sends me a Slack message, and so what it does is goes if it's a new contact, it goes to their LinkedIn and summarizes their summary like of their LinkedIn, and then kind of I feel prepped before, because you know how sometimes you just need to feel prepped, right? And so that's another thing. Sort of moving forward, I kind of envisioning I'm kind of envisioning like I know that you have your lead time. I feel like there could be like some automation around leads, people that you nurture, content that goes out with like a lead, like almost like a lead magnet. So like you give, whether it is what do you call it? What it is office hours. Let's say if you have an office hours or where people can just like pick your brain for like 30 minutes, right? Like, and that's your initial vibe check, right? People can show you FaceTime their house and you could just, and then maybe make it like a community thing. There's a bunch of stuff, but like your emails could totally be automated in the beginning and it could save you 5 hours a week, right? Like, and imagine what you could do with those 5 hours a week. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause like creative people need to stay in that space. Like you actually, and I know that it's draining, right? Like, and if you can,
It is.
and if you can just live in this space where you're just like, I mean, the way that I've been describing the way the future, if you were like in sync with your own systems and AI, is that like you're a conductor and your sort of AI and agents are your orchestra, I mean, like you're the conductor and
Mhm.
then they're the orchestra and then you're kind of being in flow. They're doing the hard work and you're like thinking and curating the experience. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gave me homework today.
Yeah, I'd love to talk more about this, but like because this stuff interests me because I love the creative process and I've been doing a lot of work around like how do we systemize the dumb boring things that's so that you could
I support it.
so that we could be at our highest level, we could serve our clients at our highest level and put out the best work possible. Anyway, was that helpful to hear that what you want
It
is a
was.
is a
Yeah. You gave
possibility?
me homework.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to figure it out.
Cool. So if last question is like, tell me what, like any last bit of parting advice for the designers and builders community? Like if you looked at your 9 years is not a joke. That's like really, really commendable. It's like impressive. It's powerful, right? Like, I mean, so kudos to you. Like 9 years.
Oh, thank you.
I've been in business for a long time too. So like people are like, oh, but then you take it for granted because this is the only life you know. This is literally the only right. Like this is like life. This is like the grind and the hustle and the like putting yourself out there and the like having to show up, right? Show up because it all starts and
Yeah.
stops with you. If it's not you, it's not gonna happen.
Every day.
Every day. I
Every day.
feel you. So anyway, any last bit of parting advice?
It is every day, all the things Steve just said. However, remember to prioritize yourself, rest, and it will all work itself out.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Lauren. Could you tell everybody your Instagram and your website?
My Instagram is Lauren Ashley Experiences. That's same for the website, laurenashleyexperiences.com. And that is where you can find me.
Well, thank you so much again for your time. I look forward to sharing your story with the community.
Thank you.
right.
Me too.